Hey guys, what's up? Guys, I'm here today to talk personal branding. So your brand is a gateway to your true work. You know you're here to do something, to create something, or help others in some way. And the question is, how can you set up your life and your work so that you can do it? Well, your answer lies within your personal brand. When you create a compelling brand, you attract people who want the promise of your brand, which you'll deliver. Gary Vaynerchuk, the king of personal branding, said it's important to build a personal brand because it's the only thing you have, and your reputation online in the new business world is pretty much the game. So you've got to be a good person. You can't hide anything. More importantly, you've got to be out there at some level. So for the next 7 minutes or so, we're going to break down how to develop, create pillar content, grow, and use your personal brand to get anything you want out of your life, from access to people you respect, new jobs, promotions, to becoming an authority in your industry. So before we begin, let me ask you something. Are you familiar with anybody in your industry who is creating online and has the same job as you? Either way, two facts remain. Either nobody is doing it, which leads a wide open space for you to become a voice in your industry, or somebody else is doing it, and they have paved the way for you. So what I'm getting to is, no matter if one person or 1 million people are doing this, there's a space here for everybody. Your voice and your experience is unique, so no matter what, you can just share your story. So where to begin? Show me your goals and I'll show you the outline for a strong personal brand. Your goals are the step-by-step process for creating your brand. Want a promotion? Create content about how much knowledge you have in your field. Want to educate the future of your industry? Create educational content and share stories of your experiences. So the next thing people always ask me is, how do I know what to talk about all the time? I utilize a system called the 3 pillars of a brand to keep me consistent and on topic. So for example, my 3 pillars are mindset, networking, and personal development. Every single piece of content I put out, before I hit that send button, I ask myself, which of these pillars does this fall within? Anytime I get stuck, I just ask myself if what I'm working on falls within my 3 brand pillars. So as long as you have your 3 pillars firmly established, all you have to talk about is 1, 2, or all of those topics. So the next thing I'm always asked is where to focus. There's so many different outlets. With so many social media platforms these days, it could be overwhelming to try to figure out where to even begin. Now, my suggestion is to figure out what you're most comfortable with and start there. It's not at all necessary to try to create content for Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, LinkedIn, and so on. So where is your target audience? Start there. For you guys, it may be something like LinkedIn. For me, it's Instagram. Do not try to do too much too soon if it doesn't feel right, because you'll get a little bit overwhelmed and your content will suffer. So next is how to communicate your messaging. Again, just focus what you're good at. If you're an amazing communicator and not shy, go with video. Right now, it's absolutely the strongest way to connect with an audience. There's a video right there for that reason. Plus, you can always pull the audio from your videos for a ready-made industry-specific topic on a podcast. If you're an excellent speaker but not comfortable on camera, go with voice, and you don't have to overcomplicate this. When I say utilize your voice, all you have to do is take your Instagram stories, point your camera away from you instead of at you. You just use your camera to show what you're looking at, where you are, and explain to your audience what you're looking at and what you're working on. So if your strongest skill is the written word, use the article creation options on LinkedIn or even Facebook. If none of these sound great, take a photo, type up 1 or 2 sentences around what you're looking at, and just share that. At the beginning, it could be that simple. Now, once you've established your personal brand, it's time to grow it. And how do we do that? Well, I have a few fairly simple suggestions. The first is to get into the practice of documenting your life. All After all, a personal brand is just that. It's personal. By opening up to your viewers and offering as much of your life as you're comfortable with sharing, your audience begins to root for you. They want you to win. They want to see what you're up to, and they want to experience your life right around with you. It's an amazing thing. In our industry, there is someone we've had on our Perception Evolution Project podcast named Mike. Mike is an HVAC service manager who shares his world through his Instagram stories. His daughter signed him up for an account, and he began to share his work life, and he currently has 35,000 followers. A massive majority are fellow HVAC technicians and industry people. So next, consistency is key. When people take an interest in you, if they know they can come back every single day to see what you're up to, they will. Shoot, the last Instagram story I made was me walking up here right before I came out. Next, you could grow through collaborations. I mean, there's so many of you. You all have different takes. No matter which is your chosen platform, you can find others in your industry and reach out to them. A simple message letting somebody know you enjoy their work is all it takes to establish a relationship. Perhaps then they will share something you create, or you can go live and have a public conversation live in front of the entire world or your entire industry. But here's the best part. You could be in Los Angeles, and they can be in New York. Social media gives us the community, or the ability to communicate with anybody in the entire world. By collaborating with others, we're showing their followers who we are. And most of the time, when you collaborate with others, some of their followers will naturally begin to follow you as well, and you will grow on the platform. The beauty behind this strategy is pretty amazing. You're not only growing your brand, but your network as well. If you are ever looking for a job change, to move across the country, or you have a question in need of an answer, you have an entire world of industry peers at your fingertips. You're walking around with them in your pocket every single day. In closing, I'd like to take a moment to talk about the opportunity here. No matter how many times your goals change, a simple adjustment to one or all three of your pillars is all it takes to pivot. Career changes or interests, you will forever be able to meet the power players no matter what industry you go to, because somebody is doing something. You can become somebody. Build it enough, and opportunity will come to you. Guys, thanks for coming to hang out with me for a little bit. My three pillars are mindset, networking, and personal development. If you want to see how I use my personal brand to do anything I want, reach out to me on Instagram at @holleratjake. I'm always posting new content and sharing my daily life through stories. I did about 1,000 of them over the last 2 days here at RFMA. And make sure to follow me, because if you guys have any questions at all, just reach out and I'll help every single one of you if I can. And if you really like my talk and you want to talk more about personal branding and how we can develop it in this industry, swing by booth 1624 and I'll answer any questions you want. All right, guys, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Have a good one.